Welcome into the Sports Buffoons podcast. Yo, let's get it going out there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the world. Welcome on in back again, once again, to the Sports Buffoons here, based out of Lenexa, Kansas. So what's going on, fellas, out there? Obviously, we got Chiefs Week 1. Tanner's repping the full Chiefs attire for the show, of course. Got a new Chiefs hat, of course, as well. JG, he's back in the hub. So how you guys doing, man?
Doing great,
I'm
man.
Good.
Last I checked, we're no longer in Lenexa, Kansas, but that's all right, man.
Well, I know. Well, we're based out of Lenexa, Kansas, but you never know. There might be a time coming soon where we're back in Lenexa. That's a possibility. We'll see how things unfold in within the podcast. So we'll see how things go, man. But good to be with y'all on week 1, of course, of NFL season, man. Last weekend we got to see college football week 1, how that unfolded, and got to see the truth of Arch Manning. Got to see the truth of what teams were fake, real or not. We got to see Alabama get rolled Tide, if you know what I'm saying.
The North Carolina experience on Monday night.
Yeah, I guess we can call it an experience.
It was an experience.
I have a feeling Bill Belichick's having a lot of experiences that are better than that game that happened a couple nights ago. So, that's for his thing to worry about, not for us, I suppose. But then again,
right.
In the end, I have a feeling it's not going to end up well for the man. So, anyways, best wishes out there for Bill Belichick going forward, I suppose.
It was. I think he's figured out his quarterback too. Brad Johnson's son's going to be the guy. Has to be the guy.
Yeah, man. Brad Johnson, he was a superstar in the Super Bowl at one time. So, what could go wrong, right?
Well, do you ever recall Brad Johnson's kid last year, like almost pulling an Alex Smith on his leg?
You know what? That might have been one for you, not for me.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. But no, it's great to have college football back. It's going to be great to have the NFL back. It's going to be great to bet some player props. It's going to be great to bet all of football all weekend long, Thursday through Monday.
We have the easy money bet of the week returning right here on this show tonight, as a matter of fact. So I'm pumped for that, absolutely. I've got 2 picks, as a matter of fact. Tanner, you got probably a few, if I had to guess.
6.
And then JG, sticking by the rules. I bet you got 1 pick, don't you?
Apparently, I got to redeem myself because you guys think I suck now. So
it's probably for the best to have 1 pick.
A bounce back year, I guess.
Yeah, last year was pretty rough, man. I don't want to spill all the beans. I was hoping that most listeners would have forgotten about it by now, but now that you brought it up, it was.
I would hope you would say that I at least won 40% of my bets. I'd feel pretty good about that.
I can't give you 40. In fact, Tanner has.
I don't think you did 40. I don't know where my book is. I got it somewhere here, but I don't think it was 40.
I believe in you to put your full energy and faith into getting your picks right this year. That's all I can say. And as a group, guys, as usual, the goal is 60%. That's what we're going to plan
big
on
time. 60 is big time.
Guys, before we crack in to the main topic, of course, today, obviously talking about Chiefs game Friday, what you all sipping on for the evening?
A little Sierra Nevada Pale Ale coming into play for the night.
All right, so you're Nevada Pale Ale. Did I leave any beers over there over the weekend, Tanner?
Yeah, you got some my cards over here, or like the iced, whatever it is. I'm not gonna touch them.
I did not bring Mike's Hard Lemonade over there.
No, it's your iced tea stuff.
Oh,
I don't know what it is.
Iced tea. Okay, well,
it's inside the fridge.
Don't tell the people out there about my secret habits.
It's not like you've drank it on the show at all.
Mike's Hard Lemonade?
Yeah.
I've never done that.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess maybe
Never.
one time.
Never on the show.
We've had a lot of Wednesdays, so
We've had a lot of Wednesdays, and I've seen you come across. You're like,
one of those.
I'm gonna
but
take it light today.
What I was doing Saturday was falling asleep on your couch. Is what I was doing.
It was before midnight too.
Dude, I was pooped. I was over. I was out. Couldn't handle it.
You were
couldn't hang.
falling asleep, and I was throwing live bets on the Arizona Hawaii game, so and the Utah UCLA game. While you were doing that,
I had no
it was
idea.
a nice little couple games. I can tell you that one. Ended the night pretty well for me. So,
well, just real quick off the hat. I mean, guys, before we jump over to Friday, let's hit on the very first game real quick. Cowboys Eagles, guys. Who do you got winning that game tomorrow night?
it's a good question. It's a good question because Dak, I think I saw something in the stats where like Dak's like 4-0. He didn't play against the Eagles at all last year. The Eagles just Bland is officially healthy. Diggs is back in the secondary. Sure, they lost Parsons, whatever. But what really needs to happen is just be healthy all the way around here. I like what Dallas brings, but I also like what the Eagles bring. It's gonna be a great matchup. It's gonna be a tough matchup here, but I think Dallas pulls it off.
Yeah, Tanner, you picked Dallas actually to win the division. That was before the Micah Parsons trade. So
that was before, and I still stick with it.
Oh, okay, man. Whatever you say. Jason, what do you think about this game coming up tomorrow?
I mean, the Cowboys are the Cowboys, man. They're a big circus show right now. They always have been, and they always will be. So that Eagles roster is stacked, as usual. And the Eagles are going to take care of business in week 1, no doubt.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I got the Eagles to win this one myself as well. I already got a couple small bets on the game at least. But I feel good about the Eagles and Saquon to do his thing. It's going to look like the Eagles as usual, in my opinion, in this game. So, and the Cowboys to me are a team that's built on finding ways to lose. And I think they will continue to be that type of team.
I mean, go back to see what Dak's done against the Eagles, guys. It's he hasn't been bad. So, by the way, there is a trap bet that you might have already grabbed out there on DraftKings. It's taking the Saquon touchdown. I think it's a Saquon touchdown to a plus money to plus money. That is a trap. That's what we call a trap bet promo.
That'd be even money now. It's plus 100, so even money.
Yeah, plus 100. There you go. I couldn't remember what it went to on that one with being the TD. So, but yeah, that's a trap bet promo.
Now you're saying trap bet. You're saying what do you have behind that? Why people shouldn't be making that bet?
Anytime I bet those promos, the odds here, or whatever it needs to be there, they always lose. They always.
Now, hold on. Did you grab the Travis Kelce 1 catch in the first quarter?
I threw $5 on it.
Okay, I was just because I saw that come out 1 catch in the first quarter.
I still don't like it. It feels like a trap bet.
I like it because I know the Chiefs how like to orchestrate their first opening drives, and Travis is going to be a part of it.
But I threw $5 on it because I'm like, well, it's plus money and whatever. Like let's bet it.
And hey, let's jump into the game, man. Let's jump into the game. Chiefs Chargers right here coming right up. So, man, it's going to be in Brazil. I'm hoping. So the Chiefs flew down today, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
If they landed, I'm sure they did by now.
Yes,
I did not.
Yes, they already landed.
I missed whatever footage or whatever happened whenever they landed, but they flew down today. The Chargers followed them down there, obviously. A little bit of a further flight for them coming from LA down to Brazil. And I'm mainly just hoping that the field is in good conditions for the game, because I know we've seen over the years a lot of NFL trying to do games in different cities, in Mexico City and in Europe and other places, and the field conditions not always great. I'm hoping this one is okay.
Remember, Jordan Love got hurt on this field last year, week 1. And he was out 6 weeks.
Yeah, we don't want to deal with any nonsensical injuries due to poor field conditions. And if that happens, honestly, the NFL needs to quit being so greedy and start looking at this and going, is it actually safe to go down there? Or
have being greedy. And you're
or
almost
have their own
looking like you're
people.
the MLB right now.
Will have their own people in place that can actually manicure the field throughout a month. Get it fully prepared. Honestly, I'm serious. I mean, that's the only way to handle this going forward. Otherwise, just
Yeah,
Tanner.
they got to do a better job on the fields. But I would say that even if they don't, these games are never going away, man. We're going to 18 game season, and you're going to have more international games every single year, regardless of injuries. The NFL does not care about guys getting injured, and if they do, it's going to be like you said, Mike. It's going to be like better attention to detail on the fields, but they're never going to just like stop doing international games. I mean, that's here for the long haul.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I guess it's wishful thinking more than anything on my part, as far as hoping the league would look at themselves every once in a while and say, okay, maybe this is not a safe practice to be doing every year because consistently the field conditions are not in great shape. But then again, we have the Arizona Cardinals, for instance, who have that on their own, and they're an NFL team. So issues everywhere, I suppose. But I'm not sure where Tanner took off to. But dude, let's dive into the game a little bit. And the thing I wanted to say before I decided that we need to jump into this is just that the Chargers, as talked about this week, even by Steve Spagnuolo, are a predominantly zone-based team on defense, which is why Travis Kelce getting that one catch in the first quarter is perfect. It's a great bet, and now it's no longer on DraftKings. You can't even make it anymore. That was a temporary thing. It was only there if you logged on like a day ago. And I love that kind of a pick because you look at the situation of the way the Chargers play their defense versus what the Chiefs are good at offensively, and that's the reason why the Chiefs, even in their down years offensively the last couple of years compared to previous, have still been able to move the ball pretty well against what was ranked the number one defense in the NFL last year in the LA Chargers. So with that said, man, what is your biggest factor walking into week one here on Friday, going into the game? What are your biggest matchups, whether it's offense or defense?
Go ahead, Jason.
Biggest factor for me is, the Chargers not having Rashawn Slater. I think that's a big loss for them for the season. But also when you look at the fact that they had a really good defense last year, they didn't bring back Joey Bosa, and I think that's another huge loss for them. And so defensively, yeah, I mean, I think the Chiefs are going to eat for sure in this game. But I just think that that Chargers defense is not going to be quite as daunting, I think, as it was last year.
What do you think, Tanner?
I like that. I like the defensive line. The defensive line for the Chiefs. They have to get pressure on Herbert. They got to stuff the run, force it into a one style ball game for the Chargers here, like we always try to do. Najee's back, so he will play right now. As of right now, he is playing from that, so that kind of gives him a little bit of a nice veteran weapon there for the Chargers. So like you have to really get in the backfield, cause the pressure. Negative yards is going to be the key here. Allow your secondary to do what they do best in playmaking, but you can't do that unless you get the pressure where it needs to be. So quite frankly, to me, I'm not too worried about the offense for the Chiefs. I'm not worried about that matchup there. I think you're going to see the ball spread out. I think Worthy's going to get his touches, Noah Gray and Kelce, and maybe even a little Hollywood action. But the issue there, my focus here, and it should be the focus for the Chiefs, is getting pressure, causing disruption, allowing your secondary to make the plays they should.
Yeah, no, I get you, man. And especially, obviously the Chiefs are going into this year with a point to prove offensively about being able to be back to that team they were, where they could make explosive plays down the field. And I think Isaiah Pacheco, he's going into his contract year. So for him, it's a big time year for him to make an impact both in the run game and the receiving game. And right now going into this year, the Chiefs receiving back is a 7th round rookie. And I think that pretty much what that tells me is that they're going to expect to see a really big workload for Pacheco in the passing game, which is something he's always been capable of doing. I'm just waiting for it to finally show out, finally to happen on a consistent basis. And I think he was potentially on that path last year before his injury, but
Yeah.
I think we're going to see plenty of that in week one, of course. But I honestly think that the Chargers' front seven is pretty beatable. Now, Denzel
Yeah.
Perryman, obviously a great inside linebacker. Khalil Mack, he's 34 years old, but still, I mean, as great as great as they
Still a
come, honestly,
monster.
for a 34-year-old, outside rusher. And Josh Simmons is going to see, some matchups against Khalil Mack, of course, which is going to be fun. I mean, it's going to be fun to see how Simmons does in that aspect going against him. But honestly, I think that their D line is going to struggle a little bit in this game as far as the front three, especially in that base 3-4 defense. And that'll be interesting to see it play out. But I feel really good about the Chiefs' offense going forward into this game. I feel good about the game plan because Andy Reid knows the Chargers so well, knows how to attack them, knows what kind of defense they're running. And for me, honestly, at the end of the day, it's just I'm looking at this game going, how is our defense going to look this year? Because as we know with Steve Spagnuolo, there's a lot of times a ramp up period in the season for the Chiefs defense, and it does take time to adapt. And I think that this is one of those kind of situations with this defense. We're looking for the next big leader to step up on this defense. And I don't know if that's going to be Brian Cook because he feels like it should be his time to be the leader. Justin Reed, is gone. And so we need that leader, the vocal leader, the guy that's going to rally the defense to know where everyone needs to be. And, I want to see more out of Nick Bolton as well in that regard. He's a guy who's, to me, kind of a quiet leader. But we also need the guy outside of Chris Jones who can, be the guy who's more of that vocal leader, impact guy on the back end as well. And so maybe it's Jaden Hicks. Maybe Jaden Hicks is just that kind of guy. Maybe he's got that personality. Trent McDuffie, I don't know. I mean, Trent McDuffie's an awesome cornerback, awesome nickel. He's going to play a lot of inside this year, covering Keenan Allen this week coming up. But I don't know if he's going to be that guy either. But, I just think that's going to be something to watch for as far as who's going to take that step defensively and become that leader of the back 6 or 7 defenders, on the defense.
It's going to be interesting seeing what Keenan brings back to this offense, knowing that it's different offense, right? Greg Roman was not the OC when Keenan was here last, and does he? I know he has that connection with Herbert, and they got him out of the Bears, for God's sakes. If you're out of the Bears, you're probably in a much better spot. But curious what that makes this offense look like for Herbert with Johnston still there, Ladd McConkey on top of it. I think they got one other guy. I can't put my finger on his name right now, but it'll be kind of interesting there to see what brings there. They got Conklin and Will Dissly at tight end there, the new running back room. So pretty curious, just more of a curiosity thing for how the offense is going to be spread out.
Well, if you're Greg Roman, obviously, I think the way you look at it is what was Keenan Allen most successful at throughout his entire career? And let's work around that, rather than trying to force him into what you want him to be for your offense. Look at what he was good at and then put him back in that role again. He was an elite slot receiver. That's what he was used at the most. Shallow crosses, stuff like that. Shallow crosses, quick hitch routes, stuff like that. Underneath routes were Keenan Allen's game, and he was great at them. And Ladd McConkey, the thing is, he's very similar in that mold. He's going to be a guy that gets open quite a bit.
So is Johnston.
Quentin Johnston, I mean, he's going to be
he could probably play more on the outside because he has more straight line, but yeah, he can go through at the middle too and free up space.
Quentin Johnston will be Jalen Watson's number one matchup all game long this week. It'll be Jalen Watson, Quentin Johnston going at it throughout most plays. But I'm mainly curious about who Trent McDuffie lines up against in those nickel packages when they have both Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey out there at the same time. And
Trey Harris was the other guy, the rookie Trey Harris.
Yeah. Well, anyway, JG, what are your thoughts on the re-addition of Keenan Allen to the Chargers?
I mean, I think at this point, I mean, at his age, man, I mean, I think we all make the assumption that Keenan Allen is going to be the number 2 receiver for this team, but I don't necessarily think that they have a number 2 receiver, man. Like they don't have any big threats. I don't think that can stretch the offense. That's another reason why I feel good about this game defensively for the Chiefs, is because like Keenan Allen is old as dirt, man, and like, you know, how long is that guy going to last? And you say that Ladd McConkey is probably going to be the number 1 receiver all year, but they don't really have a number 2, in my opinion, that is going to be there the whole season to really be a threat. And so I look at this receiver core for the Chargers just being depleted. And we know historically that as you move farther along throughout the season, you know, the Chargers historically just get more and more injured as the season goes along. So, I mean, if they're already light right now on guys who can catch the ball, I mean, Tanner already mentioned the tight ends, and that, don't even get me started on that list. That's an ugly freaking list. I mean, it's almost like you need to bring Antonio Gates back out of retirement to play the tight end, but there's no legitimate threats to me in terms of pass catchers.
Yeah, that's a good point about as far as not having so much downfield pass catching options as much as underneath. Quentin Johnston is supposed to be that, you know, basically deep downfield threat. Ladd McConkey can be, and I think Keenan Allen's kind of a little bit past that at this point in his career. But I think also at the same time, Quentin Johnston is very beatable, and his hands are very questionable too. Let's keep that in mind, guys. That's been one of the biggest knocks on Quentin Johnston's career, has been inconsistency with catching the ball. Whereas Ladd is one of those guys that's going to be hitting you with those quick hitch routes and the pivots nonstop throughout the game, and that's where you hope Trent McDuffie can be there to minimize most of that stuff. But you know, those quick 5-yard, 7-yard routes, Ladd McConkey's going to be getting those a lot.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. You said Keenan Allen, old as dirt at 33 years old, for a receiver, right?
Well,
by the way,
and JJ said that, but let's keep in mind, last year with the Bears, Keenan Allen had like 70-something catches for 700-something yards.
Yeah, you're in with the Bears, for God's sakes. Like,
right.
That ain't a pretty area. With DJ Moore on the other side, you had multiple weapons there. I do want to notate,
productive player.
I do want to notate that there is a lot of history for 33-year-olds to have great seasons. Jerry Rice, 33 years old, 1848.
Talk about Jerry Rice with us right now on this goddamn
Aquan Golden, 33, 1179. Martin Harrison, 146.
Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens.
Larry Fitzgerald, 1023 at 33 years old. Adam Thielen at 33 in Carolina with 1014.
Tanner's point.
We've done the way.
Rice can do it. Jerry Rice and Larry can do it, then anybody can do it, and that's
Adam Thielen did it. Jimmy Smith, Derek Mason.
Everybody else, their wheels are going to fall off, man.
Nah, I don't think Keenan Allen is going to have a fallen off wheel here. I don't think he's washed by any means.
He's not going to completely fall off a cliff, but he's still going to be a productive part of the team. He's not a 1,000-yard receiver anymore.
We'll see. We didn't say that when Adam Thielen went to Carolina, did we?
Right, when he's the only freaking option to throw to.
We didn't say it. Didn't say it. Derek Mason with the Baltimore Ravens.
I can't even get into this with you whenever the first name you bring up is Jerry Rice, Tanner, who we talked about last week on this goddamn show, how he played elite football until he was in his late 30s. And
at 33 years old. Tim Brown at 33 years old. Third on the list.
Yes. Once again, bringing up elite
Henry
receivers.
Ellard,
Hall of Famer.
Second on the list.
And bringing up the anomalies. You don't even have to
Owen.
Doesn't have to be a Hall of Famer. He's bringing up Hall of Famers that were anomalies and how late they played into their career. So just a bad example.
Like I said, bring up Larry Fitzgerald. Let's bring up all the Hall of Famers.
They're not old as dirt.
Great comparisons. Makes no sense.
You have great play. You can play John Stallworth, man. Like, we can keep going down the way. They
He
had
went down to
great
John
days, great
Stallworth
seasons,
with the damn
great
Steelers.
seasons at 33.
I'm
Not
glad you're done
washed.
with that, dude. That was horrible.
That
Horrible
was
of me to
nice.
compare Keenan Allen to all of those people you just mentioned.
Adam Thielen, he's better than Adam Thielen.
Like I just said, it was Adam Thielen was the only guy in Carolina that could catch a pass.
He's
was
just
sad.
cherry picking. He's cherry picking the anomalies throughout the history of football. Anybody can do that.
All right. Well, let's switch over real quick to the Chargers' run game. So obviously, under Greg Roman, we know that they intend to be a run-first offense. They like it that way traditionally. Doesn't mean it always plans out that way. Omarion Hampton, rookie running back from North Carolina, he is slated to get most of the workload. And Najee Harris, coming with a fireworks injury to his eye,
Yep.
as a matter of fact. He is going to be playing for the first time this year. I'm not really big on Najee Harris doing a damn thing in this game at all. I think, if anything, they're saying he's going to be available in this game, but I mean, I think these
So it's
carries
gonna
are without a
be
doubt
Hampton and
Omarion Hampton.
Haskins.
And
That's what you're
Hampton and
saying?
Haskins is going to be what you're dealing with. And one thing I want to point out, you guys, the Chiefs, the last two times that they faced the Chargers last year, held them under 100 yards rushing as a team, both times. So
Yes.
both times last year, the Chiefs stopped the run. And whenever going into the game, that's going to be their focal point. You could just go in there and stop a rookie running back. And then Hassan Haskins, as if we give a damn about him. I feel really good about that. And the thing is, I say that out loud, yet all offseason, what have I been talking about? Our weakness is going to be the run defense, right? Because that is our weakness, in my opinion. I think that this game is going to be kind of a mirage when it comes to that. I think we're going to see a situation where the pass defense is more of an issue in this game than the run defense. I think the run defense does a great job in this game, primarily due to the fact that, first of all, I mean, they're missing a tackle, obviously, the right tackle over there. But I just think that the situation at hand is going to actually favor the Chiefs to stop the run once more, just like they did last year twice. But that the passing game is going to be something that Herbert ends up doing pretty well with. So that's just my input on that stuff. I'm just curious if you guys have any takes on the current running back situation with the LA Chargers.
I mean, their running backs are going to be fine, I think, for the season. But I'm not scared of them. Like if I'm the Chiefs defense, like, there's no running back on that team that really puts fear into me in terms of going into this particular game. And, Omarion Hampton, Najee Harris, those guys are fine, man. Like they'll have a decent running game, but it's not going to be a running game that strikes fear in any of these other teams this year. So it's just it's a running game that's serviceable, man. Like they'll find to get through the year or whatever.
I have a feeling it's going to remind us a little bit of Ryan Matthews' first game, who his first game as a Chief was as a Charger was against the Chiefs in Week 1, and he happened to fumble in that game. As a matter of fact, was Ryan Matthews' claim to fame in that game, and the Chiefs got the victory. As a matter of fact, too. So I have a feeling Omarion Hampton, as much as there's some hype wrapped around him right now, man, it's welcome to the NFL moment. You're not Adrian Peterson. You're not going to walk in here and just take over the league all of a sudden. That's not who you are. That's not the kind of prospect you are. And you're not going to be capable of doing that out the gate. Can you be a serviceable running back this year for the Chargers? Of course you can. But I'm telling you right now that that's not the case in Week 1. I have him, somewhere around 60 to 70 yards at the most on the ground, and I have Najee Harris doing literally nothing.
That's pretty high for Hampton, I think.
No, they're going to
on the ground. For on the ground, though, like I think in total yards, I'd probably aim for the 60, 70. But
I'm saying on the ground, Hampton's going to get about 60 to 70 at the most. Najee Harris literally gets 10, and then
I think it's more split than
might get 5 or 10 or so. Either way,
I could see them really rotating running backs. So
well, it's hard to rotate whenever you got a guy he's a one-eyed Joe, and and then you got Hassan Haskins back there, who's a bum.
What do you think he did back in Pittsburgh?
One-eyed
I don't
bandit. The one-eyed bandit.
mean, that's
He had two eyes then.
what he is at this point, in my opinion. So, guys, real quick, so jump over to Chiefs offense again. I wanted to touch on our receivers here for a couple of minutes because, as we know, Jalen Royals is going to be out for this game. He's not traveled with the team to Brazil. Rashee Rice is out for obviously 6 weeks. And, going into this game, Xavier Worthy is your number one receiver on the offense, which is not a bad thing by any means. I mean, it's great to have him out there because he is so versatile, can be used all over the field. And then that's going to actually elevate some guys on this team like Tyquan Thornton early in this season. The Chiefs have been very high on throughout training camp, who came on strong, really trying to show off that second round potential that he had that when he was drafted by the Patriots. Along with the fact you got Juju Smith-Schuster returning, he knows the offense extremely well. I think we're going to see a lot of Juju Smith-Schuster early on in this game as far as on the field. I'm not talking about catching passes, but on the field he's going to be out there. But more so than in this game, I think we go into this, we're going to see a ton of Noah Gray and Travis Kelce together. 2 tight end sets is going to be kind of the claim to fame for the Chiefs offense in week 1, in my opinion. So Chiefs want to stretch the field. They want to get back to that deep passing game, and they're going to take some shots because Patrick Mahomes was pissed last year about not taking enough chances. And I actually rewatched a few different highlights earlier today of Mahomes just kind of skittish about taking those shots. You could see him get ready to make the throw and then hold it back and then pull it back. And this year is going to be different. I think this year he's going to do a lot more of just flinging that thing and seeing if the receiver can make a play. And, it's going to be one of those things. I think that he's going to be more reliant. He's going to have more time in the pocket with Josh Simmons at left tackle. And I think it's going to be fun to watch because I think it's going to open up a lot of things for the Chiefs passing game once again, something we've really missed because I think Mahomes hasn't had proper time and we've had crap left tackles for the last couple of years.
So. Yeah. I couldn't say it better. I think you're going to see a little bit more chances that could turn into turnovers, but at this point, I think it's more likely not. So, with that.
Well, with the receiving options, especially wide receiver, because that's been such a focal point of this offseason, how do you guys think the rotation goes with the current status of receivers going into this game in particular? I mean, you gotta look at this depth chart right now, and we gotta go. Okay, we got Hollywood Brown playing his first game of the season. That's including preseason. Tyquan Thornton, Juju, Nico Remigio possibly get some snaps out there with the starters.
Are you starting 5? Are you only activating 5?
You're gonna activate 5 without a doubt. Without a doubt, you're activating 5 because.
I'm saying if you're going to go 6,
well,
you'll get Brownlee.
I will be curious about Jason Brownlee if he's activated for this game. If he is, he's definitely going to be a guy in the red zone to watch out for, and that's something that I think would be really interesting to see if he is put in the red zone situation. But no matter what you activate, Nico, he's your punt returner / kick returner, and no matter what you activate, Tyquan, Juju, Brown, and Worthy. So
I wouldn't be surprised to see some trips with Tyquan, Hollywood, and Worthy at times.
Yeah, I'm hoping they get a little creative, right now, because this is going to be a time where you learn a lot about the depth of your receiving room at this stage of the season with Rashee Rice missing a few games. So, and then hopefully by the time Jalen Royals is ready, we're just fully going, all go, and everything's kind of rolling the way it should be.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting in the receiving ranks.
If what you say is true, if they're really going to start pushing the ball downfield like they used to, the thing that's been missing, this whole time has been a guy that has the threat, that gives you the threat of going deep. And that's what we miss with Tyreek Hill. So, for me, the number one right now should be Xavier Worthy. And again, he's not Tyreek Hill, but he's the guy that for me needs to blow the top off to be a threat, because you can sit here all day long and say, oh, we're going to push the ball deep, but you've got to have somebody out there that the defenses respect, that can make plays deep down the field. And for me, it's got to be Xavier Worthy as the number one.
Yeah, I mean, go back to the Super Bowl, you guys. The last time we saw this team play with a full staff, and there was that pissed off throw that Mahomes made to Worthy in the end zone
Yep.
that made the game 40-22. Otherwise this was a complete blowout, which it was a complete blowout. But there was that it was a pissed off throw that Mahomes did to Worthy that was caught by Worthy in the end zone for like a 50 something. It seemed like it was like 50 or 60-yard touchdown. And Worthy made a great catch. And the thing is with Worthy is that he's reliable in a lot of different ways. He's reliable as a deep threat, reliable underneath, reliable just intermediate. I mean, he's got really, really good hands. He can do a lot of different things well. So that's why I think we're going to see plenty of Worthy early on. And then that way, once Rashee Rice is back, we can take a little bit of the load off of Worthy and give him a little bit of a break. Otherwise, I think Worthy probably gets 9 to 10 targets in this game. And then watch out for a lot of Noah Gray, man. This is Noah Gray come on season is what this is. So looking forward to that. So
Agreed.
Well, any final thoughts about the matchup coming up Friday?
Ready for it to happen. Are
you guys nervous at all, or are you just ready for it to get going?
Just ready. I'm just ready, man.
It's week 1, man, and it's not even the United States game, so so I'm not nervous at all.
Not even the United States? What does that mean?
International game, man.
Well, I know that, but does that mean it doesn't count?
Oh, it counts, but I mean, like, I just don't. I guess it's my biggest problem right now is I don't really take the Chargers that seriously in this game, so I think I'm probably just a little bit overconfident.
All right,
it's a big game still. It's a division game, right? Like starting off 1-0 in the division with potential of what the Broncos do. It's a better division, so it definitely is an important game. But I think we're all just ready for it to start.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an important game for the Chargers because they've lost 7 in a row to the Chiefs, and I've heard all the noise about how good the Chargers were against the spread last year. Like, dude, it doesn't matter, man. It's week 1 against the Chiefs, man. You're probably gonna get crushed, and you just gotta. If you're the Chargers, man, just put your best product on the field and roll the dice and see what happens.
All right, before we make our game prediction, just curious what you guys thought about Joe Montana not picking Patrick Mahomes in his top 5 quarterbacks.
You said it later. I'll take Hurts. No. I'll take Eagles guy and Mahomes.
What he said was Mahomes is too old. He's
about he did, didn't he?
Turn 30 years old, so I
can't. Yeah, I forgot that he said that comment.
According to Joe Montana, what do we think about Joe Montana making? Well, first of all, you took Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, and who was the other one? Tanner. There were 2 others there too, but
he didn't even mention like 3 of them.
Josh Allen, of course. Josh Allen.
The Bills quarterback is what he said. The Bills quarterback.
Yeah. Anyways, before we make our Chiefs predictions, what are our thoughts on Joe Montana not having Mahomes because he's too old in his top 5 quarterbacks he would take right now?
I mean, it's one of 2 things. Either like you didn't want to come off as a Chiefs homer because you used to play for the Chiefs, or it's just like everybody else, man.
Brock Purdy was number 1, by the way.
Joe Montana, dude, I mean, he's an old guy, probably ran out of money. Anytime these guys say stupid stuff, that means that they got paid to say stupid stuff. So I don't know who paid the guy off to say that, but I mean, it's just I don't put too much stock into it.
I don't know. I'm not. I don't care. This is as bad as an ESPN take. So
well,
But
The way I
but
look
the
at it,
Bills quarterback, not I don't know Josh Allen's name, but the Bills quarterback, and you leave Lamar Jackson out of this whole conversation, anyways. Like, I don't get it. I don't
the
get it.
thing is, what Joe Montana did, he selected a bunch of quarterbacks who will never overtake his legacy. The quarterbacks he selected all across the board are quarterbacks that will never be greater on paper or in the championship range than Joe Montana himself. The guy he was most afraid to talk about, Mr. Patrick Mahomes, he knows is, yes, he doesn't have 4 Super Bowl wins yet, like Joe does, but he knows that that's the most likely candidate to clearly overtake his legacy in the NFL history. So I think there's a little bit, I don't know the word for it, but I think he's just trying to hide a few things, maybe about his real feelings, about trying to make himself. It kind of reminds me a little bit. His personality right now during this was about like Hulk Hogan almost. He didn't want to put a guy over as being better than him in some ways, and I
Yep.
think Joe Montana's got a little bit of that ego, deep down that says, "Shoot, I can't talk about Patrick Mahomes. He's better than me. I gotta lift up all these other guys who've never done shit." Okay, Jalen Hurts won a Super Bowl. Otherwise, the rest of the guys he talked about were bums.
Big old bums.
Yeah,
Nah,
maybe not
like I
bums,
said, it's
but,
not like an
close.
ESPN take to me.
All right, guys, let's make our Chiefs predictions, scores, and winner. Who wants to go first?
Jason.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and take the Chiefs to cover here. They're -3. These international games can be weird, but, it's not like the Chargers have a home stadium anyway because they don't have any fans. So, I mean, I'm going to go with the Chiefs here. Let's do 27-20, and the Chiefs cover the 3 points.
All right. What's Tanner's?
33-27 Chiefs.
Man, Tanner's always a high-scoring guy. He's always picking the high scores. We'll get there. That's okay.
I want high scoring.
Well, the over-under is still, I think, 47.5. Is that right?
That's right.
All right. Yeah, my pick for the game, I like the Chiefs to get. We're just going to go with a clean 27-23 game for me. The Chiefs do cover on this one, but only by a point. And I like the over in this game without a doubt. I think the Chiefs try to open it up offensively, but I like a good 27-23 game. Chiefs won by 4 is my prediction. Should be a fun game though. Either way, we'll see how it goes.
That it will.
All right, guys.
That it will.
We got to move on to the next topic here. Tanner's favorite topic, I suppose, and we're just going to talk about the most basically overrated game of the week coming up in the NFL. I wasn't sure if you guys had a specific game that comes to mind, or overhyped maybe is what we should call this. Overhyped game this week. I have not listened to much media news as far as all the other games this weekend, so I'm not sure what's being hyped the most. I know all I hear about Shedeur Sanders every day, even though he's not doing anything. But I was curious if you guys had an overhyped game of the week.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I watch ESPN every day, so if you ever have a question hype, you should ask me first.
It's true.
So the thing that's got me burned out the most, and it's easily the most overhyped game, is going to be Ravens versus Bills. And I understand it could be a scintillating game. I mean, it's probably going to be a really exciting game. But the way that they're hyping it is like which team has the most to prove, and if Lamar loses this game, then it's all over. It's just a ridiculous statements that they would make for a week 1 game. And so, the media is pumping it up to the moon. Could be a great game, but, the Bills obviously already proved that they can beat the Ravens in the playoffs. But, if the Bills win this game in week 1, like, who really cares? Like, you beat them in the playoffs last year. So what if you win this regular season game? Same thing with the Ravens. You could sit there and say, oh, it's a revenge game for the Ravens. Not really. Like, what did you prove? If you beat them in week 1, like, who really cares? It's like all these teams, they're all playing for second place, man. The Ravens and the Bills, they're playing for second place every freaking year in the AFC. Meanwhile, neither one of them can beat the Chiefs in the postseason. So I don't really care who wins week 1 between the Ravens and the Bills. I don't think anyone else really cares either. I mean, just watch the game, enjoy the game, but the result means absolutely nothing because nobody cares, and even when you get to the playoffs, like who really cares if these two teams meet again in the playoffs and one team wins? Who cares? Because they're just going to go ahead and lose to the Chiefs anyway. So it's just like this is the one I'm getting burned out on the most, is having to listen to this Bills Ravens talk every freaking day.
All right, Tanner.
That's fair. Detroit Packers this weekend is one of the most overhyped games as well, on top of the Ravens Bills. Why? Because we're talking about Parsons. We're talking about a guy that hasn't done football related activities for how long? And we're overhyping him because Detroit's missing a coordinator. Oh, and another coordinator. Dude, Jared Goff still there. I'm on Ross still there. Gibbs is still there. Jameson Williams is still there. Laporta's still there. Defense isn't bad. I think honestly, for me, I know we're hyping Green Bay as the second best NFC team, which make them the 8th best in the NFL. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So watch for the Lions just to literally stomp on the graves of the Packers at Lambeau the first week, because this is overhyped. This is dumb. We're just talking big news here.
All right, if you say so, man. I'm not giving up on those Packers. You seem pretty confident in Detroit to do their deed, but I'm not giving up on those Packers in that game.
That's fine. That's fine.
Now, another thing, I as a football fan, I'm really looking forward to that Buffalo-Baltimore game, mainly because we're seeing, let's say 2 out of the 3 best quarterbacks in the AFC going at it, right, one-on-one. And as well as the fact that, Baltimore every year is terrific in the regular season. I mean, if Lamar Jackson wasn't mobile and he was more stationary, I would think he was Peyton Manning, because the guy is incredible in the regular season. He's MVP every damn year, it seems like, and the kind of numbers he puts up. But I think that game itself is going to be pretty fun, personally. But I think we're going to see an interesting one. I have to save more of that for here in the next segment, though. But my pick for the most overhyped game of the week, for me, just due to some of the drama surrounding it, I suppose, is Minnesota and Chicago. And the reason I bring them up, first of all, they're on Monday Night Football. So the first Monday Night Football game of the year, we get to see Caleb Williams going into year 2. Caleb Williams is a guy that still has a lot to prove in this league when it comes to corralling in his mistakes, and then proving that he can, basically lift up the talent around him rather than be a guy that's going to be a hindrance with some of your decision making on the field. On the other end, we have Minnesota, who, in my opinion, is going to take a major step back this year. J.J. McCarthy, his first true start in the NFL, which we don't know much about, but I have a feeling it's not going to be pretty. That's just my opinion. I just think we've had a lot of Caleb Williams hype lately, and J.J. McCarthy going into his first full season. I just think we're going to see kind of a messy matchup.
Ben Johnson coming over from Detroit and be able to go take over this offense.
Yeah, which could be a good thing. I mean, it might not be a bad thing by any means, but I just think we're seeing a lesser version of the Vikings, especially this year. And so it's going to be, to me, a game that's pretty messy, that's going to look sloppy, and is going to leave a lot to be desired by the end of it after a week 1 matchup. It's going to look like these two teams, to me, are pretty fresh off the offseason, just from my opinion anyway. So that's why I say Bears and Vikings are my most overhyped, being that it's on Monday Night Football.
Yeah. You wonder what the most overreacted game's going to be come Monday morning or Tuesday morning? That's the Pittsburgh Steelers and New York Jets matchup.
Oh, God.
Overreacted stuff on ESPN. Jason, you have to tell us all about it next Wednesday.
No, I agree. I agree because it's a big, the Jets are a big market team, and who doesn't love the Jets, man? Like they've got a lot of fans, a lot of
Who doesn't love the Jets?
So
Aaron Rodgers,
who doesn't love
returning
the Jets?
Right?
returning to New York.
And then you always have to listen to RC talk about his Steelers on there every day anyway, no matter who they're playing. So, and Stephen A for that. Stephen A loves the Steelers.
Yeah, Justin Fields, who was with Pittsburgh last year, is facing them. Now the starter of the Jets, and now Aaron Rodgers, who was with the Jets, is with Pittsburgh returning to see at New York. So,
yeah,
I think that's just going to be most overreacted game that we're going to see.
Yeah, they'll be talking about it all day long, man.
All right, are you guys ready? Haven't done this in a long time, not since February. JG, you want to let people know what we're about to do right now?
Yeah, might be time for the easy money bet of the week.
Easy money bets.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, man. Let's go, fellas. I mean, who wants to kick us off? Actually, I'm going to kick it off because I know Tanner's going to talk for a while because he's got too many goddamn picks. All right, guys. I got 2 picks for you this week on the easy money bet of the week. Now, I know some of you listening out there, I know Starsky's been MIA for a while for whatever reason.
Yeah,
we'll get him. We'll get him back into betting with us. Now, there's always that thing he likes to do, which is parlay all of our picks into one thing, which I do not recommend, by the way. Instead, take us as
totally forgot about that.
Yeah, well, not a good idea. That's part of why Tanner. That's why. And I think it's better off if you just take our bets as single bets, and our ultimate goal.
This is what's recommended. Okay, that's what's recommended.
60% as a group every goddamn year. All right, guys, that's the freaking goal going into the year, as it should be every goddamn year. And last year we were close-ish. I don't know if Tanner's got the numbers, but probably not right now in front of him. But we were a little under. But guys,
I want to say we were about 56 last year. So
all right. Well, for the record, every year I've been doing this.
Had a nice little win columns happening towards the end of the year last year. So,
all right. Every year I've been doing this, you guys, since year 2020. I've been well over 50%. And that's well noted.
mm-hmm.
And so, and I like to kick it off just like I did last year, guys, with the Chiefs game, with one of my bets with a Chiefs game. My number 1 easy money bet of the week, Isaiah Pacheco over 9.5 receiving yards in this game against the Chargers. Tanner, put it on the board. Yes. Isaiah Pacheco, 9.5 receiving yards is my first one. As I talked about earlier, guys, Rashad Smith is obviously a 7th-round running back on this team. The Chiefs are going to rely on Pacheco to get most of those receiving running back yards in this game. Once the Chiefs potentially, at some point in this season, add a veteran running back, a la the Jerick McKinnon type of style, that number might reduce for Pacheco as time goes on. But I'm just telling you right now, in week 1, Isaiah Pacheco gets that 10 yards receiving is all he needs in that first game. My second one I have is Bills and Ravens under 50.5 right now. You can find 50.5 on DraftKings right now for the Bills Ravens. And a lot of people out there are thinking to themselves, well, it's Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, both, typically high scoring, teams, quarterbacks, etc. Only once have the Bills and Ravens finished over 50 points in the previous 8 games. I'm going to say that again. Only one time have the Bills versus Ravens finished over 50 points in the previous 8 games. And in fact, before the previous game that ended at 52 total, I have to go all the way back to 2010 before I find another game over 50 points between the two
50
teams.
and a half. My bad.
50 and a half.
I think you said 55. My
Only
bad.
2 times in the history of Bills versus Ravens has a game ended over 50 points. So it's happened 2 times. Once was in 2010, which was the last or time before last that it happened. And before 2010, it never happened at all. So just for the record, Bills Ravens under 50 and a half.
I like that one,
There
man.
you go.
I'm gonna have to throw a GUR down on that one, Mike, because I just like the fact that both of those teams usually have really good defenses too, so they should be able to keep that total down.
Yeah, that's what you see. Like a lot of times when you walk into these situations with 2 elite quarterbacks, you end up thinking going into the game, oh, it's going to be high scoring, yada yada. What ends up happening is it ends up not being that way at all. The 2 defenses are so prepared, so well prepared by the coaching staff that they know what to expect from the other quarterback and end up basically keeping it to a minimum. I mean, that game's probably going to be like a 23-20 type of game.
Yeah, let's throw a GUR. I might just throw a couple grand down on that.
Dude, throw a grand on both of them. I'm telling you right now, 2-0 to start the year.
All right, JG, you're up.
All right, well, I got to come out of the gate storming because allegedly I only won 45% of my bets last year.
45?
Allegedly.
That's high.
I think it was higher than that, man. So,
All right, Tanner.
I don't think it was
I gotta come out of the gate
25.
storming. So, Tanner's already rained on my parade a little bit because he promised you guys Detroit.
Typical.
Oh, no.
Typical.
Is this a bad omen? Oh, no. Is this a bad omen?
So we don't touch this bet.
Dude, this might be a bad
omen.
omen.
You know what?
Hold on.
We can't hear you, Jason. We can't hear you.
No. Oh, no. How do we stop him?
All right, I stopped.
I'm
making him rejoin.
The cliffhanger, though. He left the cliffhanger because he was about to say it and then he stopped or he got cut off. So
yeah, he was about to go Packers -3. I guarantee you.
Have him relog back in.
Yeah, he's going to.
You can go next, Tanner. And then
he's right here. He's right here. JG, we lost you, man. As soon as you were about to make your bet, we lost you. I can't hear you. We can't hear you.
All right. This is supposed to kick off his easy money picks. Year. After a year of last year. Did he mute
we can't hear you, dude.
Is that what happened? He muted
no, he's not muted. He's not muted. I think I wonder if he started his car and he has Bluetooth on or something.
No, he's got to literally log out and log back in. That's what he's got to do.
He did.
Yeah, his audio's gone. Tanner, remember what I said about the mini mics? We need the mini mics. That way he's got the mini mics. All right, so Jason's going to have to log out, whatever he's got to do. Tanner, you got to make your bet now, and then we'll try to get JG back on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get mine underway here while JG gets figured out. So, you there?
Yeah, man.
All right, there we go. All right, you got to start all over, man. We got nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, that was your fault, man, because I had a full signal over here.
Oh, Tanner,
because you're
software issue.
You're going against my overhyped game. All right, Green Bay -3. Is that what you were going?
Oh yeah, I forgot. No, you did go with the cheaper software. I forgot about that. Thank you for that. Yeah, man. So I got
cheap.
Yeah, I did, man. Like you rained on my parade earlier because I'm going to take Green Bay minus 2.5. It's going to be a big game right out of the gate for Micah Parsons, and I think Packers will be able to establish the run. Offensive line typically has done well protecting Jordan Love, and Detroit's not going to be as bad as people think they are this year. I think they'll be fine, but I'm going to take Green Bay in this first game to cover the 2.5.
You can get that 2.5 on BetMGM currently. BetMGM.
Rooting for you, Jason. I want you to get that win, man.
Got to come out of the gate storming, man. That's how we do it.
Let's go Packers. All right, Tanner.
All right.
Let us know your marathon.
You guys ready? You guys ready for this? So we're going to do our first bet, which is a college bet here. We're going to go ahead and go West Virginia minus 3.5 against Ohio. West Virginia looked really good last week. Ohio struggled. This is week 2, second game for it. Stuff gets cleaned up generally. I think we all know that the old West Virginia coach is now back at West Virginia, and it has shown quite a difference in their discipline. So we're going to take this low ball of 3.5 against Ohio, and we'll take West Virginia for that there. I really wanted to bet more than one college game, but all the lines I already bet are no longer there, and I don't necessarily trust what's there. So due to the fact there, you're only getting West Virginia for college tonight. If this would have been 3 days earlier, you would have gotten a nice little 4-game slate. So, but we're going to hit with the West Virginia minus 3.5 as a college bet of the week right now. I am kind of waiting to see where some of these other lines go. And then our NFL game of the week here for myself, Arizona Cardinals minus 6.5 going against the Saints. It's only a touchdown bet. It's only a touchdown bet against the Saints. The Saints. Spencer Rattler and the Saints. Yeah.
Okay.
Who should get blown out? Should get blown out. Okay. I wanted to go the Bucks minus 1.5, but I'm afraid the Bucks are going to start a little rough. Just because they got no Chris Godwin. Mike Evans is there, but he didn't really play preseason too much. Egbuka still new. So we're gonna take the cautious win here. We're gonna take Cardinals minus 6.5 as your NFL bet of the week for myself.
Yeah, I think that's not bad. That's a good selection in my opinion.
So there you go. Only 2 bets from me. Don't get used to it. Don't get used to it.
2 bets, Tanner. Now all that matters is that you're right about these 2 bets.
That's what we wait on. I hope you're right about your 2 bets. I hope Jason's right.
You're telling me we have 5 bets total, which means if Starsky wants to put in a parlay, this might be the week to do it, man. We got 5 bets.
We still don't recommend it.
Well, probably not. But you put I don't know, $5 in there for the parlay. It'd probably be worth, I don't know, 100 or so.
Yeah. I mean, there's some good college games out there. I still like the lines. I just don't like them as much as I did on Monday and Sunday. So.
All right. Well, what's your big college game of the weekend that you're looking forward to?
Well, obviously the war that's happening on Saturday mid-afternoon. AU Mizzou finally getting back at it. This isn't a kitty cat matchup. This is basically a war. If you have not seen it on X at all or anything else, KU Mizzou is a big deal. It's way bigger than K-State KU. And the kitty cats are really upset that they are not full front attention. So the Tigers and the Jayhawks are going at it. That's gonna be a great game. I believe that's a 2:30 game if I remember correct. But there's also a game, Illinois Duke, something to look forward to at live betting as well. Illinois right now, I believe it's -3, which I don't mind that line, or maybe it's -4. I can't remember what it was when I looked at it just now. But I'd say as long as it stays under a touchdown, maybe even watch for Duke to score first. But Illinois is supposed to be a playoff contention team this year, so we're looking here for Illinois to destroy these guys. I've already got it down. I got a -2 on Monday. That's why I'm staying away from that. I think it's 3.5 now, if I remember right. So I'm I enjoy that game. That's going to be a nice little live betting game, as well as I think it's Sam Houston State in Hawaii for your evening late slate. Sam Houston has not been good, and Hawaii has not been good, but Hawaii is a little better. So that's also a nice little live betting game to watch for on Saturday.
So that's the first MUKU game in how many years?
Since 08.
No, not since 08. The Mizzou
Isn't
didn't
it?
even leave till
Oh wait, no.
they
They
didn't
didn't leave till
like 2012.
I'll tell you, hang on.
It might have been the last time then. It would probably be like 2012 or whatever.
2011.
11. Okay. Yeah, 2011 season
November 2011.
was the last time MU and KU played. So
Yep.
that'll be fun.
It's big.
I mean,
And well, Mizzou dodged us in the bowl game, I think last year or the year before, because they didn't want to play KU. They didn't want to play KU. They want to play them in a bowl game. So
I don't think they were
and now
scared of KU by any means, especially last year. I mean, but
well, we didn't play in a bowl game last year, so it would have been the year before.
this could be a big
but-
statement for Mr. Jalen Daniels. I'll give you that much.
It really would. It really would. And I tell you what, Lance Leopold too. He's starting to understand. He's at church, Jason. And they're asking him, "What's your game plan to kill Mizzou?" That's his exact words that he's being told. It's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. This isn't, like I said, it's no kitty cat matchup with that other team in purple that's up there prancing around in Manhattan. This is a big deal. This is actual matchup.
Now, why can't we call this the border war?
You're saying I should probably watch my first college football game since I was 12 years old. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, why not? I mean, there was a good game last week, a few good games last week you could have watched, but why not? Why not, man?
Yeah.
And I don't know why they don't call it a border war.
They're just calling it the war now.
That's what I keep hearing.
It's
I haven't seen
literally
anybody
the
say
border
border
war
war.
revisited is all it is.
Yeah. I haven't seen anybody say border war. I've seen the war, is what I see.
Well, if you guys remember way back, they changed it to border showdown because they didn't want to use the word war. So now all of a sudden you can use the word war, but we can't use the word border. I'm confused.
Well, no, it looks like everybody else is talking about the border war, but it just must be the people I'm following are not even worrying about border. They're just saying war.
No, you're following ML football and idiots like that on Twitter.
I am not following ML. They are blocked on my ex, dude. They are blocked.
I blocked
them. I do not want to see that BS that he throws out.
Hey, I'm just waiting for the day. I'm waiting for the day when you're not allowed to say Washington Commanders ever again. That's what I'm looking forward to. That's going to be the best day. That'll be an amazing day, man.
Jesus.
Pretty soon you can't say Washington. It'll be offensive or something. Because of George Washington. He was racist. So, it's just a matter of time. All right, guys. Well, I'm glad we got our picks in. I might do a parlay of all of our bets. I like all of our bets, other than I need to look more into that West Virginia thing you said, Tanner.
Go for it. Go look at it. I mean, if you find a flaw, let me know. I want to know what you see.
5-leg parlay with all this crap. So I'll be curious if Starsky can fit it into his agenda there.
Nah, forget the parlay, man. Just throw like at least 1,500 down on that under for Bills Ravens, man. That's the best thing I've heard all night.
Yeah, I mean they literally never hit the over 50 points ever. I mean, it doesn't happen, and I think it's gonna be a game that's like freaking one of those 23-20 type of games or something like that. You know.
Are you gonna put 1,000 down on it, Mike?
I can't disclose that right now. I think I put 1,000 on something else earlier today that I also can't talk about right now. So
Yeah.
I'll have to revisit that when the time comes.
We keep you off the sports books, dude.
Well, that's about to happen anyway, so we'll save that topic for a different day too. So, all right, guys.
Can you believe it? It's Wednesday night, the night before football starts, and I am still drafting about 10 leagues right now, still for best ball. Still going on.
You need to quit doing that crap, man.
I took my last once on Friday.
No, you're
Last
addicted.
week.
You're addicted to best ball crap, dude. You got to stop.
Hey man, that's basically his craps. We almost got him hooked on craps, and now switch back to best ball.
Hey Tanner, how about you pay your goddamn fantasy league dues? How about that, huh?
You won't show up to my office, and so I can give you your new mic.
Wow. Think about this, Jason.
You won't show up.
We have all these people in my league, and yet I have to show up to Tanner's office to get his money from him. He won't give it
it's
to
in
me
cash.
any other way.
I only got cash for you. So.
Also, he's got a payment plan of $25.
No,
I got $40. I forgot. I haven't had to pay the $40 yet because I finished the top 3 the last 2 years since we increased.
So
I've never had to pay $40.
Why do you think I don't trust him in terms of keeping the books on all of our easy money bets? I don't believe him if he tells me I was 45% last year. He can't pay damn dues.
You're telling me I can relieve some duties and you can track my bets?
I'm going to take up the books for easy money bets.
Okay, done.
You cooked.
I'll send you a pic.
You're basically a deadbeat when it comes to paying your
deadbeat bum.
So if I can't trust you with the little things, how am I going to trust you with the big things like easy money bets?
Go for it, Jason. Take one thing off my plate. You do the math and not let AI do it for you.
Well, at the end of the day, Tanner, you're about to be locked. So if that $40 doesn't roll in, dude.
You got to show up, man. I got it for you.
You got it. Literally, that's why we have the internet today. That way you can
I'm not using. I got $40 in cash on purpose because I wanted to throw it at you. Then we drinking and eating pizza.
You Venmo my ass.
I want you to lock his team and change his team name to the Washington football team.
I'm doing it right now. In fact, I'm going to change it to the Redskins. You know why? It might bother some people in our league right now if I do that. I'm going to do it, as a matter of fact, until he pays.
I got it for you. I'll be in the office again tomorrow.
Find me, dude.
You can get your mic. I can't.
Last one to pay. Last one to pay this year. $40 freaking.
I got it. Man.
You had all summer to pay.
I want to give you cash. I know what you want to use the $40 for, so I got to give you cash.
Well, I'll use the $40 for whatever. Right now it's to put back into my bank account after taking that loss earlier today.
It goes into Ethereum.
Well, that was the original plan, but literally everyone took so freaking long to pay that we're not doing that. So, whatever. Anyways, guys, any final thoughts?
Football's here, guys. NFL player props. It's gonna be a fun time.
Football's here, and the NBA is right behind it. Won't be too much longer, man.
Hey, do you want to get a taquito and Quick Trip real quick before you go home?
I'm thinking about it.
You should get one, dude. Get a taquito, maybe 1 or 2 even.
I think hockey starts beginning of October this year, so we're almost there.
Hockey and basketball, man. Yeah. That's the best time of the year.
Fun little tip for you, Jason. When you get a taquito, get the barbecue ranch sauce and dip it in there, dude. Dip it in that barbecue ranch.
I'll try it, dude.
Try it out, dude. Do it with the steak taquito or the cheese. I like to talk about irrelevant things, like you guys.
Yeah, I'll try it.
I want to talk about irrelevant bullshit, just like you did talk about NHL and NBA.
Let's go, Chiefs.